Titans Season 1, Episode 5, the sum of its parts, is a episode more focused on Cyborg and his struggles of trying to be a part of society normally. There's a bit of conflict within him in terms of who he is right now as this mechanical / human superhero, and while he still is cyborg joyful and all blessed with his friends, he comes across this robotic person who consistently tells him that he needs repairs. And so Cyborg in the beginning lets him because he seemed nice and he's trying to repair him. And Cyborg had like a battery box behind him to fuel him up because he needs batteries. And he uses those disadvantages Cyborg has to his advantage in order to change him into a robot completely. All the while the Teen Titans are trying to find Mumbo and try to get him to tell him where Cyborg is, because they presumed during a fight they had earlier that Cyborg was kidnapped by him. So they tried to spend the rest of the episode looking for him. That part of the episode I kind of found tedious because it's just them looking for Cyborg. There wasn't much interesting going on there. But the stuff where Cyborg and the robotic man tries to talk some sense into each other, kind of, and the robot man trying to like get Cyborg to be convinced of what he's doing is actually good for him, though Cyborg still want to be the same. It is much more interesting stuff here than what's shown with the rest of the Teen Titans. And while that part of the episode does contain quite a few funny moments, like, and especially with Mumbo, like, this is a good introduction for him overall, despite him serving not much of a purpose except for exciting action scenes. He is entertaining as hell. I love this character. One of my favorite villains. Not like top tier, not like top 3, but he's up there around the top 5. But this episode I absolutely love for Cyborg here, because you could relate to his struggles of probably being handicapped, or if having like robotic arms or replacements. It could actually give light into the situations for kids who actually have robotic arms or have missing parts of their bodies, that hey, it's okay, this doesn't define you. It is what's really in you, in your heart, that you are alive. Just that is you. Your personality is who you are. It was a good message that was really hammered in very well, and it wasn't like out there like many other messages that try to be put out today. Like a lot of movies and shows will try to be very blunt with their message and not be subtle at all, while here you can really get it and still understand what the episode means without the episode talking down to you. And that's what I kind of love about it. This was a great episode, especially for Cyborg. He is one of my favorite characters in the entire show, so I'm always glad to see him get a lot more in the spotlight. So, good episode. It had a really sweet ending with the two characters, Cyborg and this robotic guy, actually coming to terms with one another, and how he actually saw the beauty of being outside, being human, when he tried to get into Cyborg's mind. It was a bittersweet, it was a sweet ending. Not bittersweet, it wasn't sad, it was just sweet. And the final shot where Cyborg meets up with the kid and his friend, paying off to when he met him earlier in the episode. That was a nice touch. I really dug it. This was a sweet episode that tries to connect to his audience in a personal level, and I admire for that. It did not talk down to its audience. It still let them have a lot of fun while also having them feel good in the long run. This was a really good episode, and I would highly recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.